They go play action with Wilson.
Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted.
Greedy Williams picks it off, and the return stops at the 39-yard line. Well, that is a quick lesson on how difficult this defense is to throw against. An interception on their initial drive of the ball game.
Now we know why their offensive staff spent the entire week awake trying to prepare for this one, because you can't totally shy away from throwing the football. But at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. Jones fakes the give to Barkley. Flush to his right. This is caught. It's Sanu. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. It's a gain of 19 down to the 19, and it's a first down. On the ground, this is Saquon Barkley. And he'll head out of bounds inside the 10, working down at the 9. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays. Well, no slow start here. A couple nice chunk plays back-to-back.
I love the momentum that they're showing here early, because they did it both ways, right? Threw the ball on first down for a nice chunk of yardage. Came right back and ran the ball. Looks like they got the defense set back on their heels. Let's see if they can keep this moving.
A pickup of 4 on first down. It'll be second and goal. So that run gets them about halfway home.
Yeah, it's now second and goal. The end zone beckons. It looms. They can do whatever they want. Full playbook. Run it again, or they can go play action and try and put it in that way.
On second and goal, Jones. And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. So flag for the contact, pass interference.
And I know that you're going to look at me and roll your eyes, and rightfully so, because you know what I'm going to say. Doesn't the defender have a right to the football as well?
No, I don't like defenders.
That's because you spent too much time with me. Okay, I'll side with you on this one. It's the correct call.
And no signal, but I don't think he got the surge behind center. No, he's going to be kept out of the end zone. No gain there as he kept it himself at second down. Barkley. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown. Saquon Barkley, his second touchdown on the season. And the Niners have taken the early lead. Gold with the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. So the extra point good, and the roughing call going to move the ball out to the 50 for the kickoff.
And I think this is a good chance to pin them deep if you can land the kickoff inside the 5-yard line or so. Gain some field position for your defense.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. Wilson and the Seahawks take over now, 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line. And not the first quarter that he was hoping for. Now 2 interceptions thrown.
Well, the good ones, they find a way to compartmentalize, right? Put these behind them, have that short memory, but understand why they threw the 2 interceptions. They go on and usually play a pretty decent game. Other quarterbacks, they have a hard time getting past it and often put the ball up for grabs the rest of the ball game.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out by a few inches. That'll be a first down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. And I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched it more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Throwing Jones. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by DJ Reed.
I don't know why he didn't drop himself.
Bear in mind they had 2 interceptions last week, but that was in 4 quarters. They've got 2 here in the first quarter alone.
And the unsung people in this streak, the pass rushers, because most of the time they're the ones that affect things in the pocket for a quarterback, trying to throw the football, rushing them, getting them off their spot, harassing them, and that allows the defensive backs, the linebackers to swoop in and make the picks downfield.
And they're swooping. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? So on the big tight end, holding.
Each and every year, we talk about very few tight ends coming into the league that are polished blockers or asked to do it a lot in college. So it's a constant struggle and a constant fight to learn how to do it without holding.
That's complete to the tight end, Everett. Call it a gain of 12, but of course not a first down due to the previous penalty. 0 hesitation that time. That was get ball, throw ball.
Yeah, turn into a smoke route. If you see the coverage off the receiver, doesn't matter whether you call it a run or not. Just take the ball, get it out to him.
A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Here's Wilson. Escaping the pressure right. And he'll just get rid of it. Now, this rivalry, Charles, the Seahawks and Niners, really one of the best in the NFL. So many great games in the last decade or so between these two. Where does this one rank for you in terms of best rivalries of, let's say, the 21st century?
I'm so glad you phrased it that way because we look back on some of the best rivalries in the NFL. We're talking about traditional rivalries like Bears-Packers. But here in the 21st century, it's hard to beat Seahawks and Niners because when they get together, you're often playing for division titles, positioning in the playoffs, and chasing the Super Bowl. Similar to Ravens and Steelers, 2 of the best rivalries in the NFL.
Play action. It's Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett. And that is incomplete. Well, you know, this club, there were some reports earlier in the week, and most have heard this by now, the so-called unnamed sources that were saying all is not rosy in that locker room. There's whispers that 1 or 2 guys, CD, have kind of had enough of how things are going and have been going. How would you handle that as a coach?
Well, you and I both know all the coaches that we've dealt with and come in contact with. They'd love to get their hands on those unnamed sources, wouldn't they? But they know that that's not possible, so I think they've got to go in there and make sure that this isn't a distraction. They also know that once the grumbling starts, it becomes a slippery slope, and it's hard to stop the fall. But I think you need to sit some guys down and say, hey, look, we're still hoping to be a playoff team this year. We need you guys to be bought in with what we're doing. Come on, let's get on board.
And that will be incomplete.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
And here's Dixon to punt now as he gets this one away.
He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. Nearly a huge return, as it is still a very good one. 24 yards. And the Niners set up well. They take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. A 1st down carry for Barkley. And he'll be out just a yard or two shy of the 30. 54 yards rushing for him as he's got the afternoon off to a great start. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you've said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
Barkley a 1st down and more. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Jones with a handoff to Barkley.
And he'll be taken down at the 2-yard line. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another 1st down. One thing's for sure, this defense has to figure out how to stop the ground game. He's eating them up here in the 1st quarter.
It looks like they have to go to different forces, aren't they? The conventional things aren't working too well. So I remember a coach of mine saying way back when a back's having a great game.
That'll be caught by Ayuk. Touchdown 49ers. Brandon Ayuk,
his 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Niners have taken a 13-0 first-quarter lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
Early on, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports. They go play action now. Wilson. He lets it fly for Lockett.
Well, there's Lockett pulling in a tough grab.
And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Tell the truth, partner. You didn't think he was coming down with that one, did you? Come on, tell me the truth.
No, I didn't. I'll tell you what, though. A one-handed grab of that length. Talk about giving your team a little juice.
Oh, big time. I mean, everyone's going to be excited about that one, whether you're on the field or not.
And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked by Emmanuel Mosley. The 40. The 20. And into the end zone. A pick 6 for the 49er D as they score the touchdown.
Partner, what we just saw, that's a great example of a team that was really amped up. They've been playing so well, yet they didn't get overexcited and have a bust on defense and gave up a big play. Instead, they created their own big play with a pick 6. This one may be over.
Yeah, it's just the first half, but that lead has swelled to the point where you're wondering if it is over already. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And last time, decent field position through the pick six. Obviously costly.
But they can't afford to just bunker in now. All right, good field position.
Wilson hit. It's loose. It's out. Fumble. But I believe a Seahawk was able to get a handle on this, so this will remain Seattle ball.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a fourth pick of the ball game.
You definitely would like to have hit on that one because now you've got a 3rd and long showing up, and you just know defense is going to be getting after it. They are pinning their ears back, and they are coming.
The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and a mile. Off the play fake. Here's Wilson. And he's going to go down. Back at his own 5-yard line. It's a sack.
And Nick Bosa so quick on the outside. He gets in there to bring him down.
Now here's Michael Dixon as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll try and hurry the kick, gets it away, but it's not looking that great. And a fair catch is called for. He will take it in to give his guys some excellent field position here. Officially, that'll be marked down as just a 28-yard punt. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play.
And he's taken down inside the 30.
83 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here this first half.
The CD a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, he can get into the secondary so fast the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
And he ran right through one tackle as he fights forward for a gain of 7.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
It'll be a nickel look here for the Seahawks on 3rd down. Now Jones. They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. The drive stays alive, a 3rd down gain of 8.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
It's Barkley on the counter. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Carlos Dunlap, the defensive end, the one to bring him down. If this defense wants to stay in this ballgame, they've got to start ending some drives. That helps.
And they have to look ahead at what they expect the offense to do. And right now with that lead, that's run the football. So you don't just stack the line of scrimmage. You have to get upfield and try and make some plays in their backfield.
They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Well, that's why the guy with the headsets is down there. All right, they know what they're doing because they got stuffed on a running play on 1st down. And I think myself and probably the fans were saying throw the football in this situation. But he knew what he was doing, called another run, and now they've got 3rd and short.
To Barkley on the check down. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Saquon Barkley. His 2nd touchdown of the game, his 3rd on the year.
And the 49ers are able to widen their lead here in this first half.
Gold with the extra point, and it is 28-0. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And just a yard to go here on second down.
Throwing is Wilson. Leaves it for Petty. They go backwards there 2 yards, and 2nd and 1 is now 3rd and 3.
I really like the angles that the tacklers came from on that play. They secured inside, took away the cutback. The sideline's there, so he can only go so far outside, and they were able to close in and tackle him for a loss.
Yeah, they used your boy over there, the 12th man. Sammy Sideline, right?
Sammy Sideline. You know something? He tackles pretty well, too.
He's tougher than an airport steak. Wilson now to throw on 3rd down. That's complete. It's Carson out of the backfield.
And he is going to have a Seahawks first down, and he was able to get it by plenty. A gain of 8 on 3rd and 3.
Again, Wilson. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that...
I believe they buzzed down. They're going to take another look at this play with all reviews coming from the replay official here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So that challenge, a successful one.
And drops it incomplete. And their struggles continue here.
No coverage bust by the defense here. They did a nice job accounting for everybody, and that led to an incompletion.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Out of the gun, here's Wilson. He hits his target, Lockett. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Wilson will throw again. Flushed out right. He lets it fly from Lockett. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jonathan Abram picks it. And a very good return as he'll take it all the way up to the 40-yard line.
Well, we heard all week that they were going to put the football in the air a lot. The problem is that is now 4 interceptions, Charles, that he has thrown in this first half. How do you treat a situation? What do you say to your quarterback right now?
Boy, that's an interesting question because a lot of it depends on the head coach and the people making the decisions. You have to know your quarterback and know if he's mentally tough enough to have a chance to turn it around. Or is he a guy that maybe you've seen enough and it's time to go to the backup? But right now what you're rooting for is your defense to help keep you in the game, to give him an opportunity to get back on track.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Saquon Barkley. Room here to run. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 109 yards rushing forward the ball game now on 14 carries. They keep it with Barkley on 1st down. Barkley hit and the ball pops free. And the Seahawks have picked it up. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. He has been a workhorse for them in this game, and ball security hasn't been an issue until that point.
Yeah, and let's face it, when he's going to carry the ball that many times, he becomes more and more of a target for the defense, knowing that he's going to be the primary guy. they'll just send more and more players towards him, trying to make sure they knock the ball free.
And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
It's pretty easy to overlook the fullback when you're making your assignments defensively in the pass coverage game, but in this case, they made him pay for that oversight and picks up a nice gain.
Play action. Now Wilson. Dumps this one off to Chris Carson. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts, as they'll stop it with 13 seconds to play in half number 1. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. Here's Wilson.
And a dangerous throw there as that's knocked down and incomplete. I hate to say it, Charles, but the way that he has played in this first half, you just kind of hold your breath every time he drops back to pass.
Yeah, you might be holding your breath, but those guys on the defensive side of the ball, they've got big smiles on their faces. He's handing out picks like the people just leave the candy out at Halloween and you take what you want. They're having a blast out there playing against him today.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And now here's another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it, and he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've come to halftime after a very one-sided beginning to this one. As we send you cross-country to Orlando, Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And it's hard to imagine that the first half could have gone any better for them. So what's the approach here in the second half?
Just continue to play smart football because they get the other team down and they feel good about the position they're in. The obvious thing people would say is just keep attacking, but I think you also have to be smart about it. Avoid turnovers. That's about the only thing that can derail you at this point. Attack, but make sure you take care of the ball.
Check, 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 check.
They'll run with Barkley. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35.
136 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon. So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material.
Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run on first down. Barkley. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did, that time for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11.
On the option right, it's Jones.
And he'll go out of bounds in the red zone just inside the 20. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
Now that's what he can do, when he keeps the football. It's not a huge gain, but it shows how hard it can be to stop him.
Yeah, and I thought the defense had that one pretty well contained, and in fact, they probably came up and felt pretty good about what they did. Then they looked up and realized he still got good yardage out of it. He's a tough guy to stop.
They're able to convert on third down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. They'll try and run for it with Barkley. Only about a yard there as he takes it from the 9 to the 8. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
Here's 2nd and goal, operating from the 8-yard line. Another try for Barkley. A nice run there, 8 yards, moves them much closer to the goal line now for 3rd down.
Well, lots of praise on this drive, obviously. I know you're seeing what I'm seeing. Those guys up front, they're getting it done.
Doesn't matter what play is called. They are handling their business at the line of scrimmage and dominating right now on this drive.
And across the goal line, into the end zone, touchdown 49ers.
The sneak successful from a yard out. And the Niners take the opening kickoff of the 3rd quarter and drive right down the field to extend their lead.
Gold able to tack on the extra point. And that makes this 35-0 now. After the touchdown, it's Robbie Gould now to kick it away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play there, and now it'll be 3rd down. Boy, and now they can't even get a playoff. Now Wilson. That's going to be complete to his tight end, Everett.
And he is going to have a Seahawks 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, Carson. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
2nd and 11 now.
To throw is Wilson.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down. The passing windows are just not there. And that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Now Wilson. It fights him off. That's going to back him up almost a full 10 yards. It's going to be a loss of 9 officially, and it's fourth down. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And now a low liner. I think he mishit it. And this will be down just on the other side of midfield. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. They'll run it again with Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. Only gets 3 yards there on the heels of the 1-yard pickup. Sets up 3rd and 6.
Brings up 3rd and 6.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Niners on third down. They've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. Give him 3 yards there as that'll take us to 4th down.
So where'd all that running room that he had in the first half go? Because it looks like it's drying up a little bit here. Someone made some adjustments, it appears, at least on this drive.
Officially just 27 yards there on the punt. And it'll be Seahawk football as they take over deep in their own territory. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
At the 16-yard line.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
Here we go. Here we go.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 19. And they're already in the red zone. The 18-yard line is where they take over. CD, this defense, man, at this rate, they're just having fun out there right now.
And normally with this type of a lead, if you're a starter on defense, you're saying, hey, let the other guys play. But with this going on, no one wants to come out of the game. They all want their shot at picking off a pass.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. Here's a give to Barkley. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. Cody Barton there to bring him down.
With that kind of run on 1st down, that's a winning type of a run. That just sets things up for them moving forward as they begin the drive.
2nd and 6. Again, it's Barkley. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. That's an 8-yard pickup, and it leads to a 1st and goal.
That's a carry throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
Call it a full 3 yards in the wrong direction there. Brings up second down.
I just wonder if before that last play, if someone on the defense stepped in the huddle and said, we've been run over, run around, run through all game long. Can we come up with one stop right here? And on that play, they did.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. A handoff to Barkley. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal.
Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
Here's Barkley, and he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only able to pick up a yard, and that's going to leave him with a long 4th and goal. The kick by Gold is good, and that will just add 3 more to a lead that's already out of hand.
Well, he was a spectator for much of this game. This is his first field goal opportunity of the entire contest, but he's able to connect.
Yeah, he had a pretty good seat to this one, didn't he? But let's face it, all kickers that you and I know, they want to contribute. They want their opportunity, and he seized his.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They'll start out on the ground with Carson. Carson, the first down and more. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 38 yards on the scamper there.
Well, I tell you what, when you get a running back who can move like that in the open field, that's something to take advantage of, and they certainly did there.
Now it's Carson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Draw play. This is Carson. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. They give those 2 yards right back, and now they're looking at a 3rd and 10. Wilson. And now here's another interception. Picked off at the 14. And a very good return as he takes us all the way up to the 35-yard line. The utter domination here just continues. This defense, I don't know what more we can say all around about their performance.
Well, it certainly feels in this game like maybe they're facing a Canadian defense. 12 guys on the field. It feels like there's an extra on every snap because they have really struggled to make headway through the air.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable 4th quarter lead.
Well, from an offensive perspective, that was a tough run because he only picked up 3 yards. But let's flip it over to the defensive side. They now have the advantage. 3 3-yard gains. That means they're punting the ball likely on 4th down. That's what you're looking for when you're playing defense.
And he'll muscle his way up to the 43 for a pickup of right around 5. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's 49er football here as we get you reset. They've got a 3rd down now as they look for one more first down to help salt this one away. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. Only 3 there on the pickup, but that's enough to move the chains.
I've got an idea. Let's skip racing to the airport at the end of this game. Let's go to the post-game press conference. I have a feeling that the quarterback of this winning team is going to be giving a whole lot of credit to the running game and the offensive line.
Yeah, I was just going to say the offensive line, yes, carrying the ball has been key, but those guys up front, they've made a lot of space. They'll try and run some clock here with Barkley. And he's up across midfield and down into Seattle territory. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short.
Brings up second and 2.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. He got maybe a half yard at most, but officially they'll be left with a 3rd and 2. On 3rd down, Barkley uses the spin and some room to work. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly.
Well, we've had some great running backs in the NFL the last decade or so. Saquon Barkley might be among the smoothest of them all. What a heck of a run right there.
And that's a second touchdown run of this game, and this one, and a high degree of difficulty to it as well. I'm absolutely marveling at how effortless he makes this look. I mean, let's face it, he had a long way to go. But how about the vision, the creativity with the football in his hands? It's really something to watch.
And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest.
Don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling again.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
So the victory here for San Francisco. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one, and that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there